Hello YouTube friends. I want to take a minute today. I'm working with my 3910 Ford tractor and my 6-foot Brush Hog here. But I wanted to show you something that has caused a lot of headaches to me, and I think I found a good solution. It's these pins right here. You'll notice this pin right here. This would go in here. These aggravating pins will just catch on any kind of little tree limb or shrub and flip up and pop out. Well, when that pops out, this falls out, and then this falls out, and that's out in the middle of your field somewhere, not on your trailer like this is. So now these always vibrate loose, so you're looking to always tighten these. Check these and tighten this big bolt right here when you're coming back. So my solution is get you a new pin and drill a hole in it here to keep this from vibrating all the way out and falling down. But the big solution is use a bolt with a nylock nut on it right here to go through here instead of these little Mickey Mouse things. All right, now you can use, when you drill that hole, you can put that in there as a safety to hold it. So let me throw that back together real quick. This goes back in here. It goes in from the outside in. See, it won't fall out until it turns sideways and pops out. Well, you don't know where you went by the time you did that. All right, so then I'll go here. I'll put this on with this instead of this Mickey Mouse. Then I'll use my brand new Craftsman 9/16 and my ratchet to tighten that down. Now it is a little more trouble to put them on and off with that, but I only have to tighten it just to the end there. Don't have to tighten it all the way up. Alright, then this will go back in here. Then I'll use a lock nut on the back side. I'll use this nut here, tighten it up. I'll use my, let me walk around to where I can get to it. Use my good old Ryobi, tighten that up. And then I'll stick this wire down through here and I'll bend it over to keep that nut from coming loose. Now I could also washer that out to make that a little tighter. Let me pull this in and show you what I'm talking about here. This is not really tight. I wish I'd have drilled that hole in another 1/4 of an inch, but at least it'll come out and stop there and it won't ring off. What happens when these loosen up is they start spinning and wearing, and it wears them out to where there's no threads left on them. And you can get 3 of these online for about $16 or $17, but this is the main thing. It saves me from losing this, and that's about $10 there if it falls off while I'm bush hogging. And this nut, I've searched for these I don't know how many times out in the field and hardly ever found one. I might have found 1 or 2. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I've used it quite a bit this way and had no problems with it. So that's just a tip for today on these things. If you have other ideas, oh, by the way, one old timer told me, well, you don't need that. You just bend a welding rod in half, stick the ends through, and then bend the end up, and they never come out. That might be true, but I'm going this route. I don't quite trust the welding rod thing as good as I trust this. I know this is not coming off. This tractor vibrates quite a bit when it's being run, and so those things do loosen. Need to tighten those pins up before you go out working every time. I've got a minute or two here. I'll do a crank up on the old tractor. Been sitting here on the trailer ready to go for a few weeks. And I'm about through. Like and subscribe if you will. If you want to hang around and listen to the old tractor crank up, be glad to have you around for another minute or two. I've got it in neutral, pretty much. I've got this cable that goes to my fuel shutoff right here. I have to manually push that forward. The cable's broke. This cable's loose, this electrical cable. I got it in neutral. Be careful when you're cranking these. Never stand in front of the wheel until you've done a check on it, just to make sure. Or be ready to get the heck off of it. Double check, make sure you're in neutral, which I just did. I've got to hold this so it makes contact when I crank it. My battery was not real strong. I don't run it enough to keep the battery, and that battery's probably 4 years old. It's just a battery out of an automotive truck. It's not a heavy-duty tractor battery. But it cranks and runs good. 50 horsepower diesel. YouTube, I appreciate you watching. I'll try to go over some more things on this old tractor from time to time. I don't think I showed you my new Christmas present here yet. Santa Claus brought me this Craftsman tool set. He got it at Lowe's, and it happens to be charged on my credit card, by the way. Anyway, I really enjoy this. It's got some really nice ratchets. I'm not trying to sell these or refer you to them or anything. If you could happen to find one on sale at Lowe's or wherever, it's not a bad tool set. One thing I'm not crazy about, but it looks kind of fancy, is this color. It's called a Gunsmoke Gray or something. So it makes it a little harder to see the lettering on them at nighttime, but they look sharp. One thing I do like, they're thin so that you can get them in tight spots. Anyway, I didn't mean to do that today. Just wanted to show you some things I use to keep my old tractor running. I use this high lift, but I had to put a lot of grease oil on these to loosen them up. I use that originally. I put it in from here to here because I had to jack my Bush Hog back around. This 6-foot Bush Hog is hard to move by hand, so I use that to jack it around so I can line these bolts up, line these holes up for this. Okay, YouTube, I'm going to be out cutting some high weeds this afternoon, and thanks for checking in with me. Again, like and subscribe if you will, if you're interested in this kind of thing, and we'll catch you on the next little project. Have a great day.